Listen to these bad boys purr. Lined up on the far outside is our series points leader, Rubes. Can he get the whole shot and make quick work of this pack, or will he find himself battling to the front to stay in the main event? Remember, top 8 make it. Who's going to get the whole shot? Reese with a good jump out of the gate. Oh, he sends Aiden to infinity and beyond. It's Minnie who sneaks his way up in the pack. Troy takes the inside line. We saw this same thing last time, but Minnie is going to get the early jump and push himself into first place. Troy in second, who gets a better clear over that Supercross triple, has now taken the spot away and moves into the first place spot on the McMonster Kawasaki. It's Rubes sitting in third, Jason in fourth, Fafalito in fifth, Steez in sixth, bar to bar with Aiden. There's your 6th and 7th place spot, but it is anybody's game as Panda comes rocketing up the middle trying to blitz the whoops and make 2 passes in 1. Steez goes down. Aiden gets by. Here's Jones, Tapas, Vic. Reese is here. Osmeralda, Barboza, Fish. A couple other riders having issues in the pack, including Dirtine and McChicken, it looked like. So your race leader, guys, is still Troy, but he is followed closely by Minnie and Rubes. Rubes trying to make his way to the front of the pack quickly. Let's see how these riders fare in this following section here. Troy gets the first triple clean, as does Rubes, as does Minnie. We saw Dorian really check out in that section in heat number 1. Uh-oh. Jones goes down, Panda goes down. A lot of chaos happening here in this corner. This is going to shake things up a bit for our top 8. Steez goes down again. Reese finds himself heading through clean. Not the section, but he keeps it up on 2 wheels. Aiden has now pushed up. So we are going to finalize this opening lap, start lap 1 officially here. Timing and scoring will begin to update the next time that they cross the finish line. So we will have more information. But as of now, it is still Troy on the McMonster Kawasaki who is holding down your first place spot. So let's go on board with Troy here and watch as he is trying to make quick work of this Daytona track and stay out of Rubes' crosshair. But where is Rubes? Not far behind. Oh, as I say that, Rubes goes down just under the bridge. Maintains his 2nd place spot for now. We will see if somebody else is able to make the pass. It looks like that is going to be Fafalito with the DT crew who's trying to push up on Rubes here. So, as I mentioned a moment ago, on the left side of your screen here, you're about to see Troy cross the finish line. That new McMonster Alpine Stars gear looking fresh. Sitting in first. Rubes is going to cross in second, followed by Fafalito. Minnie in a bar-to-bar battle for third. Trying to keep it clean and respectful here. Both of them opting the same line choice. Minnie gets the better run through it. So where is our 5th place rider? It's Aiden, and look at the gap. This is what was caused by that pileup in the final turn before the 4 triples. A 20-second differential between 1st and 5th. All these riders are starting to come across now. So Vic, currently sitting in our final transfer spot. McChicken, who had bad luck early in the opening lap, has already moved himself into 7th. But Vic goes down, so it's now Reese who sits in the 8th and final transfer spot. And he goes down. Steez moves up. Can it get any more wild already? And we've still got more than half of this heat race to go. Steez on the Bud Racing Honda machine, currently sitting in your 8th and final transfer spot, but he is getting hunted down as he makes a bobble in the whoop section, lets Aiden catch up a little bit. So as Aiden is the first rider outside of the top 8, let's see what he can do to try to catch Steez. You can hear the other 450s behind him just completely wide. No time to look over the shoulder as he is already gaining ground on Steez, making his push. Aiden on the left, Steez on the right. Ooh, Aiden makes a slight mistake, able to keep it up on 2 wheels. Nobody's going to cut underneath, though. I don't think Aiden was able to get the triples cleanly, so if we take a look behind him, you'll see Reese is making the charge up. Crossing the finish line now is Steez, as we mentioned, sitting in 8th. Reese already on a hard push. Oh, he's not able to clear the finish line clean. So just as he was about to catch up to Aiden and battle with him, he makes the mistake. So now Jones makes that pass on Reese. And not too far behind Jones, I believe that's Osmeralda on the MXB Mods Honda, or KTM. Reese gets the better drive across that Supercross triple and makes the pass on Jones. The jump before the Supercross triple, the smaller triple, is crucial, because if you don't clear that and you don't get that drive off the downside of it, the next Supercross triple is just bigger than it seems. But here you go. Reese has now got sights on his teammate, Steez, on the Bud Racing Honda, and is trying to make a pass into the transfer spot. Hopefully Steez doesn't go down, but he does. He goes over the bars and gives it away to Reese for free. So Reese currently sits in your final transfer spot. Aiden already up ahead. So who is it that will be challenging Reese next? It appears to be Jones, as Jones is not letting Reese go too far away, but as I say that, he makes the mistake and not able to get those triples cleanly. So is it going to be Osmeralda who's moving up? So let's see here. What has happened to Steez? Steez has fallen far back. Finds himself sitting in 12th. So it's actually Aiden who was holding the final transfer spot, not Reese. Aiden goes down. Now Reese has caught up. So we are about to see a bar-to-bar battle potentially between Aiden and Reese. Oh, the spectator's curse, the commentator's curse, is getting the best of Reese tonight. Here is Aiden, who is actually sitting in your 8th and final transfer spot. So he has got the other Aiden, Aiden with an I and Aiden with a Y, in his sights. As I mentioned in heat number 1, you want to be in the main event, but you also don't want to have to worry about who's behind you and potentially pushing you out of the main event. So just as good as it is for Aiden for him to be sitting in the 8th spot, there it is, he wants to get past FXR Aiden. But it looks like he's going to make a pass on Dirteen. So Dirteen with the Wicked Racing team, or Wicked Racing, now falls back into 7th. Make that 8th position as Aiden now moves up. So even though you've still got Jones back here, who is hard charging, and Reese, who is pushing him even harder, and Jones gets a good drive off that finish line and makes the pass on Dirteen. So I believe it's Jones who now sits in the final transfer spot. But Reese does not want to go to the LCQ. Reese, an often front runner here in the 450 class, wants to make quick work of these guys, get these 2 passes. It looks like he's going to get one here as Jones makes a bobble. So Reese blitzing the right side. Dirteen struggling a little bit, it looked like, but he keeps it through clean. So Jones bar to bar does not want to let Reese give that up, does not want to give it up to Reese rather. So we have a 3-way battle here for the final transfer spot. Dirteen trying to hold off Jones and Reese. 30 seconds left on the clock, plus 1 on the board. Jones almost goes over the bars, forces Reese to the middle line, makes the pass. Jones now sits in the final spot. Look at this racing, guys. This is just heat number 2. And the LCQ could present even more intense riding here as these guys are fighting tooth and nail to try to claw their way into the main event. Dirteen falls back hard, so now Reese is going to try to catch up to Jones here as he gets a good drive. Almost bar to bar with him as they come over that triple. Timing and scoring on the left will show you Jones does in fact sit in our final transfer spot, so it's going to be 2 laps left. And look in front here, we've got both Aidens who Reese and Jones have now caught up to. Reese is pushing as hard as he can, which is making Jones in turn push. Jones not able to get the Supercross triple cleanly, so he doubles. Reese triples but cases it, and Dirteen has now caught back up. Imagine Reese trying to get the table on, but he can't get it off, and so he goes down. Dirteen now sits back into your final transfer spot, and Jones is making the push. This is insane. So what is it going to be, guys? White flag has already been waved for your race leader, Rubes. I would show him, but this is so much more intense, I'm sure, than anything else that's happening on the track right now. Jones tries to take the inside line away from Dirteen, not able to make it happen. Dirteen's got his sights set on Aiden. He is pinched here, but if he can get around Aiden, then he can further solidify his spot in the main event tonight and hope that the battle for the transfer can happen behind him instead of him being in it. And it looks like he's going to get a better run through that section than Aiden, but neither Aiden nor Dirteen able to get the triple out just before the Supercross triple, so that cost Dirteen a little bit of time. Again, white flag lap. This is the last-ditch effort for Jones and Reese, as well as Steez and Osmeralda, if any of these guys wish to make it into the main. well, I'll say it's their last effort to qualify straight from the heat. Reese clears that Supercross triple, makes the pass. You see Aiden has now gone down. So is that going to allow Dirteen to catch up? Dirteen not able to get the step off. Aiden goes down because of a lapper. Reese makes the pass. So now Reese does sit in our final transfer spot, but Jones moves up. Reese keeps finding himself just barely edged out. Does he have what he needs to make a pass and make it stick here in the final lap? Is Aiden going to be able to catch back up, as that unfortunate event has now pushed him 2 spots down from the transfer? We will see. Jones gets squirrely there, slides the back tire out. Reese gets the good drive, bar to bar as we come in over the bridge. Here we go. Jones on the left, Reese on the right side, both taking the exact same line, but Reese squirrels, and gets hit with Jones, and Reese goes down. Reese has one more opportunity as he's able to clear that triple. I don't know how he's doing it. He's trying to catch Jones. No, he goes into the roller there in that triple and just cases it hard, slams over the bars. Steez! Oh my God, I thought Steez was going to take it at the final moment. I'm sure I just blew your eardrums out. I heard the pop in my side tone. Sorry about that, guys, but Jones takes the final transfer spot. I think Steez might have had cuts. Let's actually go back and take a look at that, because that was insane. Where are they at? Right here. So look at this. Steez with any cuts? Yeah, Steez had a 2-second cutting penalty at the very least. And watch as he came in so hot here and barely edged out Jones. So with no cutting penalties, Steez, I think, would have taken that right there at the end. Man, that was crazy. All right, so moving on to your main event from 450 heat number 2 is going to be Troy, Rubes, Fafalito, Minnie, McChicken, Aiden, Dirteen, and Jones. We will see Osmeralda, Steez, Aiden, Reese, Panda, Barboza, Vic, Jason, Fish, The Game, and Tapas join our 9th through 20th place Heat 1 riders in the LCQ, which will be coming up in just a moment. Dad Shoes, you watched probably the most intense race I've had the opportunity to commentate.